Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. The Volt YT on YouTube asked how to get the spider emblem for our characters. Uh, Technically, I already did this video, but it was part of a long video. Like I had made basically a handful of videos with my Spider-Man character, and within one of those videos, there was a bit part where I was actually getting the emblem for my character. But I can understand that either it was missed or finding one small information within a big 3-hour video, it's not that obvious for a lot of people. So basically, in order to be able to get the Spider-Man emblem, you have to find this race here. So that's why I flew around. We're pretty close to the Metrodome in Metropolis. So you have to play this. You have to complete this race, and also you have to get the platinum ranking on this race. I was a bit rusty, so I had to do it a few times. But that is the race that you have to complete in order to be able to get the spider emblem. And that emblem works fine to recreate a Spider-Man character if you really want to. And also, I always find it a bit amazing to see how the way the acrobat characters behave, especially when he climbs walls, but also even the way he jumps around. It is very Spider-Man like. So recreating it's a bit of an irony. For a long time, we could not recreate DC characters within DC Universe Online, but we could actually recreate some pretty amazing Marvel characters. Spider-Man being one of them. There's also Iron Man that we could recreate. There's also Captain America. As you see, I forgot one. There's also Captain America. They're basically pretty much any Marvel characters you can think of, you can recreate within DC Universe Online. And ironically enough, there's quite a few DC characters that for a long time we could not really recreate, or we could recreate with some difficulties. But more and more, we're getting more emblems, more and more styles that allows us to recreate even our favorite DC characters. But if you want to recreate the Spider-Man character, and if you want to have a nice Spider-Man emblem, this is the race that you have to complete, and you need to again get the platinum version of the race. And as you'll see, I will mess it up one time, but I will do better the next time, I promise. It's a somewhat challenging race to try to complete. And I don't do races very often, so usually when I do a race, I'll be a bit rusty. Like you can hear, I only got the bronze medal. So let's try again, and this time we'll get the silver medal. If you haven't done the races in a long time, it'll take once or twice to get back into the beat of doing the races. It happens, especially if you're aiming to get the emblem and if you need the platinum medal for the race, then it does get a bit extra challenging. Obviously, there are various difficulties for the races. Some aren't that difficult, some are a bit more challenging. So I guess, and also depending on how proficient you are with the various movement modes, some races may be a bit difficult for your character. Although to get the platinum, you don't have to be perfect. You can make a mistake or two during a race, but if you make too many mistakes, obviously you're not going to be able to make it. And sometimes you have to, like I could wait to glide until all on up to the wall, but I did speed up the process by using the grappling line a bit. So sometimes you can just glide for a bit, but sometimes you have to use the grappling line to try to speed up the process at least a little bit. Because you do glide fairly quickly, but it's a bit faster in some cases to actually use the grappling line to get to the next building. So I had to redo the races a couple of times because, as I mentioned, I was a bit rusty. And once you do complete the platinum race, you have to go back to your base. You wait until you get the new emblem through the mail. Sometimes you just have to wait a few minutes. Sometimes you have to wait quite a while. Not sure why exactly, but anyway. So there's no miracle. You just wait until you get the emblem through the mail. And once you get it, you collect it, you consume it, and then you can have a nice spider emblem for your character. So if you want to recreate a nice Spider-Man character, you have an emblem in order to be able to do so. Obviously, it doesn't really look like the emblem that Spider-Man is using, but in terms of having an emblem for your Spider-Man character, it's either that or the turtle emblem. These are like the two options you have. The turtle emblem looks a bit more like the emblem Super Spider-Man was using, but of course, if you want a spider-themed emblem, then you have to do the race, and you have to wait until you get your nice Spider-Man emblem through the mail. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.